Hello and welcome to Dark Souls. Most folks just call me Orange Joe, and this is different, to say the least. We'll leave it at 6. Looks fine to me. The reason that I'm doing... I have no idea what any of this means, but I do know to turn motion blur off. The reason I'm doing this... And actually, I gotta turn my sound down a little bit. It's killing me. Okay, so the reason I'm switching to Dark Souls here, quick. Oh, wait, I gotta see. Can you guys? No. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you couldn't see my mouse in the capture there, because that would have bugged the heck out of me. So I'm doing Dark Souls here as kind of like a little brain cleanse for myself. This is Dark Souls as a treat. There we go. This is a game that I know pretty well. I've played a lot of Dark Souls 1 in my day. I was very bad at it for a very long time, and I want to make clear, I will never think of anyone as less for thinking that this game is hard, because it is. Is it black fire bombs to beat this? Yeah, I think he takes black fire bombs. I will never fault anyone for thinking that this game is hard, because it is. It's a definitely challenging game, but it's a game that I've played so much that this run is not going to be a traditional run, and you'll see why soon. So messing with the body types is very fun. The very first time I played this game, I was like, hey, I'm a bigger guy, so why don't I go with large? Your character looks so ridiculous if you go with large, very large, large upper body or large lower body. You just look goofy. And I hate to say it. So average or slim? Oh, really the way to go. So I'm going to go with average. Face. I always go with just commoner, because I feel like it's just kind of an easy default for me. Hairline, you know... We got Vegeta, we got just kind of short hair with no style, we got the like borderline Sephiroth look, the Mitsurugi look. Who is she? Matt Mercer. Leon Scannity. That, I don't even know. I just gotta love with you. Like, this looks like an 80s like hair metal or power metal band. And then you can be your local abbot. So we're just gonna go short. I think short is easy enough for me. Color dark brown. Go with true to life. So the reason I'm picking a regular black fire bombs, normally I would 100% agree and say that with the general consensus that the master key is what you pick. But I want to kill the first boss easily,
in the age of ancient,
and fire bombs make up for that. So this game means a lot to me, and this opening sequence is what hooked me on the game.
Land of gray crags,
if it weren't for this video, which I'm going to talk over the whole time, I'm sorry. If you want to see it yourself, please do. But if it weren't for this opening narration and cutscene, I wouldn't have played this game. Legitimately, I wouldn't have, because I got the game and I watched this and I was in awe. I was so taken in by this idea that they were setting up and by the world that they were building, that I was like, I have to see it. I have to explore this. And as a youngin', a little chitlin', this was the reason I was able to push through and spend so much time getting better at this game and finally beating it eventually, was because of this narration and me just sinking my teeth into the lore. And there's a lot of people out there who are wrong and they say that Dark Souls doesn't have lore. You know, it's very minuscule or unimportant, and I very much so disagree. I think that the lore, personally, and this is not true for everyone, of course it's not going to be true for everyone, but personally the lore is the thing that kept me playing. It's the thing that made me want to play more, and then I fell in love with the gameplay mechanics once I was able to handle them. And like, I could tell you the actual story to the game Can you believe that? I guarantee no like firm accuracy, right? But I feel like I have such a good kind of grasp on the story of this game and 3. Excuse me. That for the most part I can give you like a pretty firm rounding as to why most of the bosses are where they are, or at least like a little bit of backstory about who they are. There are some bosses that are just like, it's just another demon, like doesn't really matter, they just exist. But like the main ones I can definitely tell you all about. But the problem with the main ones, other than Seath and Gwyn and the Witch of Izalith, okay, and Gwendolyn, okay, you know what I'm saying. But okay, so the problem with Nito, more specifically, is that his lore is probably the shallowest, even though he's, in my opinion, the coolest. You know, he was the first to die. He was the first dead being. That's kind of all you really need to know about him. There's a cult about death and stuff like that, and people who worship it, but you know, other than that, Nito doesn't have a whole lot to bite into. But like Seath has a ton you can talk about. Gwyn and his children have a lot. You know, there's a lot to talk about with even Havel, who's a mini boss, Ornstein and Smo, like how their differences shape their paths. And actually into 3 you can see what actually ended up happening with Havel, Ornstein and Smo and all them as time went on, and why they ended up doing what they did. Because I know that this is gonna mean really nothing to most of you, but it means a lot to me. So Ornstein and Smo are the guards of Gwyn, 2 of them. There were like 2 of the high appointed knights of Gwyn, and Havel was one too. Havel wears stone armor and wields a dragon tooth as his weapon. The big bonk.
Indeed.
Yeah, it is a big bonk.
The
She knows. Oh.
The undead.
But he wields a big bonk and he's locked away in a tower because he was basically like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have killed all the dragons. Maybe that was wrong. And Ornstein was like the premier dragon hunter. Like he was like at Gwyn's side, one of his top men for helping him hunt down dragons in the Age of Dragons and ushering in the Age of Flame. And what you find out in 3 is that he ended up defecting and freeing Havel from his prison, and they became worshippers of dragons because they met Gwyn's firstborn son, who ends up being the Nameless King in Dark Souls 3. And that character is super cool. Rides a dragon. Ended up he was a general. Most likely he was the war god Faram, and the Farasa civilization has long since been dead. Hey dude, you die in a second. Spoilers. He gives us our sippy drink, but and yes, that's actually true. But he, you know, Gwyn's firstborn son ended up defecting and forming his own civilization because he thought that that Gwyn was in the wrong for hunting and killing the dragons for his own power, because the dragons weren't necessarily an overall evil force. Oh man, I forgot how slow this game is. Oh well, step 1. Okay, so there's this guy. Basically all you need to know is that his son betrayed him, and then his like first and second in command also betrayed him. And Smo is just kind of a bad man. He's a big bad man who has like very little allegiances. Sorry, I'm just, oh no, I know I can't wear that. Just trying to get my armor right. There we go. Okay, so you see this fella? No, I don't want those on. There we go. So you see this fella, right? He's kind of skulking around in the bones of people and whatnot. Kind of, he's an asylum demon. You'll have that. And then there's all these hollowed around, more or less like they're so the dark sign is this thing on my chest that looks all ugly and yugi. It's basically a curse that means that every single time I die, I will come back being slightly less human until I go insane, which is being hollow. It's a hollow is a being who has died so many times that they are literally insane. So, okay, you can't see it from here. So this is going to be our one and only shot at this. So wish me luck. But I'm going to try and beat this boss without a weapon and without the plunging attack, because you get his weapon if you do. And his weapon is something I want to use because I'm gonna break the game. So you see him right up there, right? Top of the door, tippy top of the doorway. Right up, right up, right up there. Yeah. So you get that big old hammer. But that guy is up there. And he jumps down. And over here, there's going to be a hole in the wall with a fellow in there and a hole in the ceiling. It's because that guy bonked him straight down to heck. Pardon my Reddit language. But this is a fight that you're not supposed to take on right now, because you can't heal. And I missed my first firebomb, which is tragic. So you can't heal. And you can't actually fight him because you don't have a weapon. But we have firebombs. And I take them because it's what makes this fight easier. Master Key is better for, like, if you're actually playing the game in a normal light. But I'm not. I'm just built different. I'm playing the game in a way that I'm just gonna bust it wide open. So now we have his weapon. We can't wield it. Absolutely not. So we got that. I think now we could leave too. And it's locked. Okay. So we can't leave yet. But yeah, you have to go all the way around and get the Estus. That's right. So big weapon. Requires 46 strength to wield. And we currently have a solid 11. Now the thing about that 46 stat is, yeah, it says 46. The thing about this game is, if you play it normally, that's a stat you might actually never hit in an entire playthrough. You might just never have 46 strength. It's a common issue. Like, nope, didn't want to do that. There we go. I typically end out there we go, the main campaign in like the 40s for most of my stats, like 40 flat, I believe, for the stats I care about, right? Because I don't, if you're playing a normal melee build, I'm still locked on, how about that? If you're doing a normal melee build, which is what I almost always do, you level up like 4 stats and nothing else in this game to make it work. That's just the easiest way I can really kind of quantify it for you, is that you level up vitality, endurance, strength, and dex. Resistance, don't worry about it. Like, yeah, sure, it's technically physical defense. It doesn't matter. Attunement, not if you're doing physical spells or doing physical damage. Same with intelligence and faith. Just disregard them. They mean nothing. Does this game have luck as a stat? Yeah. No, it doesn't. Okay, yeah. So if it had luck, because the other Dark Souls is, at least Dark Souls 3 has luck, means nothing. Oh, right. You have to do this. Yeah. So here's the guy who gave us the key. There's the hole he was thrown through. Here he is.
Oh, you. Thank goodness. I'm done. I'll die. I wish to.
I'm just gonna skip this. Yes.
Regrettably, but there is.
I'm sorry you failed your mission, friend. Give me juice. Thank you. And thank you for the keys. All right, see ya. So he gives us, yeah, the Estus flask. So that's how we heal. And that's him dying. But he's not dead forever. Like in human form, he is. He's never come back as a human. But you can come back to this part later in the game and fight that demon that's kind of just stumbling a boot back there. And that, when you come back to do that, he's back. He's alive as a hollow because he comes back to life. You know, it's an endless cycle of death and coming back and everything like that in this area. And like something too that this game does that I think is, again, super interesting about the lore, is when you get to this first place, which I'll be very soon, there's a character there who mentions that time is convoluted in Lordran, which is where we are. Way too early. Sip. The flow of time is literally convoluted here, And like I didn't really understand what that meant when I was playing it before. Do I get the key for opening this? No, okay, that's later. It didn't really click with me what that meant or like the significance of it. By the way, this is where you would have done the plunging attack earlier on that fellow, but didn't get the chance. Until recently, that line didn't make sense to me. So as you go about hitting, every time you sit at a fire, you're connecting with like a different timeline, basically. It's kind of weird to describe, but it's like all realities are pretty concurrent in the Dark Souls universe, and that's part of why here it is. You see a lot of stuff kind of crumbling apart or morphing together, and that becomes more and more true. It's the crows. You don't have anything.
Give me.
Warm and soft. Okay, we'll forget that. In later renditions, I don't remember who those crows are, or what is that? Snuggly? That's got to be Snuggly, because there's Snuggly, and then in Dark Souls,
in the ancient legends, it is
two,
stated
it's Pickle Pea and Pumpalum, I think.
that one day an undead shall be chosen.
And then coolest method of travel, in my opinion. And then I don't remember the other two, but it's one crow in this game, and then there's the other two games. It's two crows that talk to you.
The ancient lords.
But they have the exact same voice, basically.
Lordran.
The land of the ancient lords, Lordran. Imaginative, isn't it? But we're about to break the game here, so we're coming up on the part of the game where you bust it wide open, and then the rest of the game will literally be a breeze. So if you've never beaten Dark Souls before, and you have Dark Souls Remastered, this only works in the remaster, by the way. And being fair, I haven't tested this, so they could very well have patched this out, but like, I gotta be honest with you, high key doubt it. This game could have been so much more, but it isn't. Oh yeah, and also time being convoluted is why you can see other people and they can invade your timeline and stuff. And this is the guy who say time convoluted.
Well, let me guess. But there's no celebration.
Let's see.
What there are. One
Two bells.
Bring them both. Not much to go on. So,
yeah, he doesn't say it here. It's one of the other dialogues he has where I think you have to meet him again after ringing one or two of the bells, and he's like, "Hey, was that you?" And the thing is for him, that bell ringing you here right now, that means a real player just rung the Bell of Awakening. I'm pretty sure, which is a super cool mechanic that like you can just hear other people doing it. It's not like this game is hyperactive right now, you know, it's kind of old, but it's still really neat that, you know, they put that sort of stuff in the game. And it was in the game at launch too, because friggin' Demon Souls had, hey dude,
Hello there. I am, if not.
had multiplayer aspects like that.
But I hear no.
Thanks, bud.
Oh, I have so would.
Yeah.
Very well.
All right.
Now only.
So this guy gives you the most important emote in the game, Shrug, and sells you miracles, which is fine. We'll take advantage of that later. He is a rat. Like, he ends up killing, like, spoiler, it doesn't matter though. Like, it's an NPC in Dark Souls. Like, I could tell you they all die and you would never have known unless I told you. It's just like, that's just an honest appraisal. I'll see something stupid. I'm a genius. But no, like, he ends up like basically sending a priestess and her, I don't know how you want to put it, but her like escorts, they're like, it's an armed guard contingent, there's two of them. She just ends up sending them straight to their death because, or he does, excuse me, because he's a jerk, is literally kind of it. But, you know, again, neither here nor there. So this is something that I've been kicking around in my head for a while too. By the way, we're gonna run through here and do the wrong thing because I want this weapon. Nope, not that weapon. There's a weapon in here I want, and I don't remember where it is. It might be here. There it is. That's the one I want. Because that weapon, it basically can carry you through the game. It won't, but it carries you until you get the weapon that does carry you. What do you... Oop, need that. That's like literally vital to what we're doing right now. I know it doesn't seem like it, right? If you played this game, you're like, what could a piddly singular soul do that, you know, oops, excuse me, you know, that would really like change the makeup of this game? But it does. I assure you, any soul pickups like that are what breaks this open. And it's why we're gonna do some of the most ridiculous stuff you've ever seen. You can come up here, huh? I knew you could. I can't even kill you actually because you have the hollow eyes. Or are you just a die twice type? I mean, like, Ike kind of can't kill you anyway, but yeah, ooh, 32 damage. You know, let's just change our weapon right in front of his face. See what happens. Nothing. Cool. So, all right, there we go. 6d4. Okay. I was like 6 damage, huh? It's not good. But these soul items are what are going to be like the impetus for us being able to just have a laugh with this. And it's something that like you're not supposed to do. Like, we're going to be doing it bad, right? This is obviously going to be an exploit. Okay. Sorry about it. So, like, don't... No, why would I ever... Why? Thank you. Why would I ever lock onto the freaking Raven, dude? But, we're gonna break this game and exploit a mechanic that isn't a mechanic. It's definitely a bug, and it's something that, like, it just makes it fun. And if you've never, ever beaten Dark Souls, this is probably gonna be your ticket to be able to do it. Don't take this as being a guide, though, because people who are smarter than me and better at this game are the ones who made the guides and are the ones who taught me how to do this. I mean, we'll keep using it. Wait, no, use the... Never mind, don't use that. So, like, the reason we're going to be able to do this is because of, like, a menu overlay issue. And it's gonna take some practice. I'm going to warn you, I haven't done it in a while, because I did it on my last personal playthrough of Dark Souls that I did just for me. And this was a while ago, I should mention, but that, you know, well, I guess it's kind of the point of what I'm saying. So it's not a I should mention, that's the story. It was a while ago. So I don't remember 100% how you do it, but I'm gonna work on it here, and it shouldn't take me. It's like I don't know how to put this without sounding like a jerk, and maybe someday I'll find a way to prove it to you without just saying it, because just saying it makes you sound like oh cool, like whatever guy, you know, like it makes me sound like a guy that wouldn't get invited back to the party. It's the thing. All right, so with video games, not all video games I should mention, but with video games that I invest myself in heavily, I get a very like personalized level of understanding with the game, where I can typically remember a lot more than you would think I should. That's too high. There we go. So, like, that is a ring of sacrifice, so I don't need that. Out there. That item over there is a ring of sacrifice. That's kind of an example, I guess, is that I know what that item is just generically, because it's locked in my brain. But like with other games, so the original Borderlands game is my typical go-to example for this. With Borderlands 1, when I was playing that when it was new, right up until 2 came out, a little bit after 2 came out, because my my brain got too full with information from 1 and 2, so I ended up like purging all the unnecessary Borderlands 1 information when I was playing a ton of Borderlands 2. But with Borderlands 1, like I said, all the way up until 2 came out, I could, by memory, guide you to every single chest in the game. Like every weapon chest that was red. So the reason for that is because all of the, I don't know if this is true or not, but anecdotally, all of the silver chests or like white, whatever you want to call them, the lighter colored chests, all of them suck. Like, they never have any good loot in them, literally ever. By the way, quickly, I want to talk about Dark Souls for a second. So there's going to be a moment right here where something's going to happen in a cutscene will play. You can actually sequence break it so that you fight the second boss of the game as like one of the last bosses, because you're weird and want to do that, but I don't. So there's going to be a dragon that'll pop up here. Told you. It's actually a drake, excuse me. And if you don't see that cutscene, he will not be guarding this bridge above us. Not the one I'm on, but the bigger one up there. Kind of up towards the tippy top of my helmet. He won't be guarding that later, so it becomes a lot easier to get across that bridge, but like you also have to literally like beat way more of the game than you should as a early level character. But anyway, yeah, the red chests were the ones with any good loot in them, so I only memorized where those were, but I memorized where they all were, including the dev chests, which there were actually 2 of them, where you had to, in order to get to them, you had to get outside of the map doing a very specific, well, it depended on which one. One of them was very easy. You just drove your car thing off of the road and in a very specific spot on a specific map, and then that was kind of it. You just drove to a spot off the map and then jumped out at a very specific point and then rounded a corner, and then there was a dev chest, which, strong wind. I don't know. I sincerely doubt you heard it, but in live times there was a really loud wind howl outside my window. That's good. So there's that one, and then there's a different one which was in actually like the first town, and in order to get to it, come on, buddy, you had to like jump on a barrel and then on top of like a wire thing and then on top of a different barrel, and then you could just kind of pop around outside a map and then run around this whole big loop. And again, if this sounds like it's crazy and circuitous, it is, and that's why I'm making a point of telling you, is that I just knew these things and where they were. Drop one of those, please. And then I have to reorder this. How do I do that? Change order, please. You. And I would like you to go here. Thank you. And then it's... Okay, so first, come here. Purchase item. You look at the cheapest arrow this man sells, which is these. Bam. Shut up. Okay. Did we get it? No. Okay. It's okay. I think that's how you do it. It's over. Is it options that you're supposed to hover over, or is it brightness? It's brightness. Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay. So hang on, let me look at the menu. Use item, so you hit X and then down and then X again. Okay. Okay, never mind. So we have to talk to this guy again.
I hope you
So what this is, and I'm going to explain it to you now that I remember how to do it, is you have to see an item stack of 999. That has to be the most recent item stack you have seen in general, right? So now that we've seen that, we can just back out of this conversation.
throw me a bone. You haven't
I will
got
not.
light?
Shut up. I will in a second. And then you have to hover over brightness, and you're doing that. So you're double tapping 2 buttons, and then you hit X, And then it's X again. There we go. I think. No. Oh no. You're seeing me try and figure this out in live time. Okay, hang on. That's what it was. I think. Biscuits. I'll get this. But so it's a menu manipulation thing, which I'm sure you're getting by the fact that there's an. Call me a cheap bastard. How dare you? Nope. 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 There we go. So you see how there's two menus overlaid on each other right now? Kind of obviously, right? So there's brightness, and if you look right under where it says brightness, there's ammon, and that is what the trick is. But it's not working. They might have patched this. Hang on. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to pause this recording, and I'm going to relook at how to do it, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not doing it wrong, and I'll be right back with you. He's back. Okay. So I relooked at how to do it. I was doing it wrong, but okay, I'm going to pick this up real quick and then drop it again just to make sure that I don't lose it, because I don't want to miss out on a lot of what I'm doing here. So I was doing it wrong, but I'm doing it right. It is the thing. I'm not wrong, I'm just stupid. So it's, there we go. And then you hit X again. So it says use. There we go. I've done it right. There we go. Okay, so the issue was that I wasn't pressing down and right. That was my computer. You have to push them down at the same angle. So now we were at like 3,000 souls, and about that. We did it. So that's how you actually do this glitch properly. So 400,000 souls is enough for us to when we're done with what I'm doing right here, this shenanigans, legitimately I think we're gonna be at endgame level after the first boss. So thank you for bearing with me on that one. So now you know how it's done, but not really. Like, I didn't show you how to do it. The video I always watch that teaches me how to do it, I cannot recommend enough. It's called How to Pacifist Dark Souls by I think its channel name is called Yimfa or Imfa. It's YMFAH, and he's made many jokes about like people not knowing how to pronounce his channel name. And so like it is what it is, but his channel is excellent, and it's basically, if you're looking to figure out how to do stuff with Dark Souls, that's where you should go. But basically this is now us having a complete and utter destruction of this entire game. So why am I dropping these? You might be wondering. It's because if you have 5 in your inventory and you do the like consume 999 glitch of them, you end up actually consuming all of them that you have in your inventory to do the singular 999. And because the fact that I've gotten this every single time is insane, by the way. It's usually kind of hard to get it right on the like menu inputs, and then the fact that I've been getting it while just chatting is really funny to me. But anyway, the fact that I'm doing this so meticulously means that I'm getting 6 extra full stacks of 1,000 copies of this soul. So it's a huge net gain, right? It's tedious as all get out, but it means that we are going to get, well, that's 199,000, so effectively 200,000. Multiply that by 5, so you have an extra 1 million souls we're generating by just taking a little bit of extra time, a little bit of patience, just chatting, hanging out, and then we're gonna level up so to an insanely high level, and then be about our business. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care. Thank you. Sorry, I just don't. And the reason we have to wait to this guy is because in order for it to work, you have to see 999 of any item. You have to just view it. It has to be on your menu. You have to be able to stack up that many. So like if we didn't have as many souls as we did when we got to this guy, right? If we could only see 600 of them, say, I don't know why that many, but if you could only see 600, the very first time you would do this, you would have to, when you would menu swap, it would reset down to that maximum. So let's say, here, I'll do a proof positive for you. Nope, that's only one. What's something I can buy multiple of? But here we go. Okay, so this is maxed out at 99, right? And this will be just a proof of concept so you can see it. So I can only see 99 of them. Back out now. So when I do the menu inputs, and don't worry, I won't consume them. I'm not insane. But it only goes up to 99. So you cancel out of that. Talk to this fella again. And then you see that he has wooden arrows, 999 of them, in fact. So then you come back to your menus, and alright, if I can get it right, 999. So that's why you do this. And 999 is the maximum that anything in this game can stack. Just bog standard. Like, nothing can stack higher than that. So by us, oh, I goofed up the menu again. So by us playing with it like this, okay, how do I, there's a way to, that's it, you reset the item order and then you move the item. So because of that, you have to wait until you can see a merchant that can sell 999 of a thing, and then be able to afford 999 of that thing. So in this case, you have to have just about 3,000 souls, and then done. You have the glitch, you have the maximum ability to use that glitch. So the first time I did this, I didn't know about dropping the souls. I didn't know about a lot of the ways that you have to do stuff with this. But now that I like have it sort of figured out, we're golden. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna buy bottomless box and a repair box and a residence key. Don't mind any of that. There's no like particular reason that it super matters. The residence key and repair box don't super matter, but this matters. So I'm gonna buy 999. It's literally only 3,000 souls, and the reason I'm doing that is so that I do not have to keep coming to, I don't think I need any of this. All right, see ya. I don't have to keep coming to a merchant now. I literally am never tied to a merchant to do the glitch anymore. I'm tied to any bonfire in the game because the bottomless box is an item that lets you store items at bonfires, and buying 999 of an item and then storing it is a visualization of those 999 items. So access bottomless box, and then arrows, pause it all. Thank you. Now we can just, whenever we want, withdraw all the arrows, and then we're golden. We have it, I believe. I think that's how it works. And if not, oh well, we only wasted 3,000 souls. Again, when weighed against our, what's that, 2 million effectively, not a big deal. So 2 million, let's just see how many strength we can get with 2 million. 99. We could hit 99. I don't want to do that. That's the worst way to do this. I think the best way to do it is to kind of meter yourself with the stats you care about first, because we will be hitting 99s. Don't you worry about that. We will for sure be hitting 99s in like every stat, but by the time that this run is done, I should say. But for now, at least in the early game, it's worth it to diversify your stats a bit more than to just dump them into one, because like us being at 30 30 40 40, that is at level 99. This is effectively an end game build. I'm almost not kidding. Resistance, like, sure, that could go up, but like look at how much bigger our health bar is now. It's just kind of ridiculous. And now we can equip big old bonk. Wait, what? Oh, all right. So we can only two-hand it, but I mean, look at that. So we're just to kind of proof of concept, buddy. Oh, that's good. Hit a super high level where none of this will really be a problem anymore. Decide to roll off a ledge anyway because this guy confused me. Oh, boy, come here. All right, so earlier I was taking a couple swings. 217 damage. So earlier we were doing like 40 damage a swing or something like that, and now we bonk for, I think, double their health pool. And like 200 damage in a swing is nothing to scoff at. Like, don't get me wrong, and he was blocking. Don't get me wrong, like, we aren't, this isn't game breaking damage, right? This is okay. Take off the shield. Still can't roll, huh? Is it can we fast roll with just the weapon? We can't. That sucks. Okay, well, if we're gonna mid roll anyway, may as well mid roll with style. All right, that's not a mid roll. Also, well, okay, gotta wait. Okay, that's a mid roll. We're good. And bonk. So basically where we're at now is we're at enough damage to where if we get the right gear, we are set for the rest of the game. Just realistically, like, I could, like, if I was playing legitimately, I could beat the game with these stats. Would I like a little bit more out of it, more than 99? Sure, but is it actually necessary? No. I think that 217 damage a swing with this much health and endurance is plenty. I think that this is a respectable series of stats, but we're going to keep going. We're going to 999 every single soul consumable in the game that we can find. I'm not sure that we will find all of them. I'm just going to put that out there. And being real with you, I don't even know if this is a series that I'm going to like commit to finishing. I want to. Literally the reason I'm recording this is just because I've been feeling a little blue recently, and I think that Dark Souls and the subsequent crushing thereof is kind of a way to pick me up. Let me see how long this recording is right now. Where are we at? We're at 42 minutes. Okay, so oops. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go and we are going to meet and bonk the first boss. And then, or excuse me, second boss. The first non-tutorial boss, I guess you could call him. But after that, I'm going to get back to the fire, and then we'll call it an episode here. I am going to record at least one more of these, just because I'm having fun, and kind of go from there. And something that I need to mention is I've been doing a lot of recording recently and building a backlog, but I haven't uploaded. Ooh, there's one soul, so that's some more levels. But I haven't actually uploaded anything to my channel in a really long time. Again, I finished the old backlog, and now I'm just at a point where I have some new videos just kind of piling up. And, you know, it's just the easiest way I can put it is that I've just been struggling a bit with my time and with, you know, kind of my mental health is really where I would put it. And I don't want anyone to worry about me. I'm okay. As I've made clear before, I want this channel to be a place where it's just kind of hanging out. You know, you don't got to worry about me, and like I want to be open and honest, you know, always. I don't ever want to, like, you know, hide or say I'm doing great, but I'm actually struggling, you know, because that's going to come through. You'll know, you know, and I wouldn't pretend that you wouldn't. But, sorry, sneaky time. And, hey, sorry. So these guys are usually quite hard. Like in the early game, you're not expected to beat them, but you're kind of expecting these guys to be your first hard wall for a real enemy. like a non-boss enemy, I mean. But again, because of our stats, our prodigious damage that we can deal for a low level, we just turn that man to dust. He's not that bad. But no, I don't want to lie about how I'm doing or how I'm feeling ever. I don't want that to be the atmosphere I cultivate. I don't want it to ever seem like I'm going to be disingenuous with what's going on. But simultaneously, I also want to kind of have some levity, and that's why I chose to record this, and why more or less I haven't been uploading anything. It's just because like something in my brain is like, hey buddy, it's not, we're not hyper chilling with the concept of like sitting around and waiting for uploads all day, because it is back to like all day for uploads. We don't have the key for this, right? Because we didn't take the master key. Yeah. But recording and kind of building a backlog that I can just kind of set and upload in one day and then be done with it for a good long while is what's kind of keeping me wanting to record. Because like, by the way, this ladder is something I didn't find out about until like well, it was my first playthrough that like won the game, but not until like my third or fourth real attempt at trying to beat this game did I find out about this. Is it just hold circle in this game? Yeah. In some games it's tap circle, in some games it's hold, and in one hitting circle actually causes you to let go of the ladder. Don't ask me why they chose to do it that way. Hey look, guys got us. Oh, he has the axe, right? That axe is actually a really strong weapon for strength builds. But anyway, will we one-shot this guy? I don't even know. We might. Let's see. Hey homie, what do you got? No, we didn't. Wow, we aren't as strong as I thought we were. That's okay though. We're still pretty strong. If you couldn't tell. But yeah, there's something about like being able to just sit and record that's easier for me than to sit and upload. And I think a lot of that has to do with like when I start thinking about uploading and start thinking about trying to schedule, I get anxious about when I'm going to be able to record again. And then my brain's like, well, just start recording now. Just skip the uploads and record. Which is obviously the wrong thing to do. By the way, best character in the game right here. Also saddest character in the game right here. Story's tragic. Hey buddy.
Hello. I am Solaire of... Now that I am undead, you find no need to hide your...
Only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Aha, I have a proposition.
Yeah.
The way I see it, in a land bridge. So what do you say?
Yeah.
This pleases me greatly.
Jolly cooperation.
We are amidst strain. The flow of time itself is convoluted.
Flow of time itself is convoluted.
Centuries old. The very fabric. There's no telling how much. But use this to summon one another and engage in
jolly cooperation.
Of course, we are not the. But I am a warrior of the sun. Spot if you miss it.
Come on, say it. Say the line.
Hello there. I will stay behind. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
What a king. Staring at the sun all day. Yeah, he ends up going crazy and you have to kill him later. That's not actually like the true culmination of his storyline. You can have that not be his ending, but that's the most common way you'll have his story end. By the way, this is the bridge of the Dragon Guards, in case you couldn't tell. So I know that didn't look like a lot of damage. There's a reason for that. The first time the dragon passes, you're supposed to survive, because you have to get to the shortcut. They don't have to, but the game throws you that bonus, like, yeah, get to the shortcut. You've earned it, kid. But later, right now, if I were to go back up there, his fire would kill me. Just flat out. Access bottomless box. Let me draw all. I don't know how to do this, so bear with me for a second. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe you do have to have a merchant to do it properly. I could be way off base on that, but I don't know. Change both of these here quick. Because I swear there was like a... No, that's not it. Let's just see if that does it. Like, high key doubt it, but yeah, it didn't do it. All right, well, frick it. We'll go to a merchant then. Sorry, I forgot we have to fight our way to a merchant, but I thought there was a way to do it with the bottomless box where you could. All right, buddy. Where you could do it, but whatever. But no, the kind of big swing about it is that, like, I know that it's stupid for me to worry about, like, having episodes to upload while I'm uploading them, because I have, like, a big enough backlog now to where if I just do, like, one video a week, there's literally no way that I would ever catch up to it. Not that I have, like, a full year's worth, God, no. But I have enough to where... Can I sell items to you, by the way? I don't think I can. No, I can't. But I can just... Yeah, I can just do that. No, I didn't even try to do the thing. I just was like, yeah, adjust brightness. That's what I want to do. Accidentally did adjust the brightness. Beg pardon. Wanted at 6, please. Thank you. Again, I keep just not trying to do the thing. Oh no, what are you doing? You didn't look at this sack. Sorry.
Ow. I hope you...
Petting this bucket again.
You haven't gone right here.
But yeah, with my backlog and stuff, it's just like I get anxious about the channel a lot, just because there's so much I want to do with it, and so many ideas I have kicking around. Like, I haven't even talked about this. I'll talk about it in the next one, but there's some stuff I've been trying to record that just keeps kind of failing for one reason or another, and it's usually just like I get like a half an hour into it, and I'm like, I don't feel it anymore, and I just can't, and I just don't end up posting it or finishing it. I end up just like deleting the recording and just kind of calling it a day. What was the... No. Yeah, that's fine. What was the strength requirement on my bonk here? Like, I don't want to use it one-handed, but, like, I just want to know. 46. I'm going to put it to 46 and just say, heck it. Alright. Didn't mean to get up again. This is equipment load. What does resistance actually do again? Poison resistant defense. Yeah, I couldn't care less. Do endurance. So yeah, I can now swing on one-handed. It's slow as all get out though, so why would you? But I think you get a bonus for being able to equip it one-handed with the other stuff. But yeah, basically, I just keep going like I'm not in the mood for it anymore, and then just getting rid of it and saying never mind. And you know, I'm trying to get out of that habit, and I'm trying to like just record stuff that I want to record, but it's because I haven't been uploading. But it's a vicious cycle of like, I don't upload, but I want to record so that I can feel like I should upload, and then I don't ever upload it. And then it's like, well, I need to record because what if I don't? And I sit down, I'm like, I should upload, and then I'm like, my brain's like, but what if you don't have enough to upload? And then I start recording again, and then I'm like, I don't feel this because I'm draining and pressuring myself. And then, you know, with work recently, which I didn't even talk about work. Work's been a mess. But that's going on, and like, so there's literal like weeks in between when I'm recording like everything that's going on. It's just it's a mess, but just bear with me. Know that I'm trying my darndest here. And you know what, I'm gonna leave you with one of these here. You're gonna get one of these. That's how it goes. But thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for sticking with the first episode of Dark Souls. Like I said, there will be at least one more of these that I'm going to record right now. What time is it? What human time? Oh, my phone. What human time is it right now? Oh, geez. Yeah, plenty of time to sit down, chillax, and record a little bit more Dark Souls, and just kind of, you know, feel at home. It's this is my equivalent of gaming comfort food, and I'm gonna stick with that. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for sticking with me. See ya.